Facebook, or I would at least record it to the iCloud, so I could record it to the iCloud. But because I'm on my phone, they will not allow me on my phone to do those things. So on my phone, I am able to live stream
on YouTube.
On YouTube. That's just what I am allowed, permitted to do.
Yes.
These are the restrictions that I must adhere to. There we go. Okay, my brother, here I am. Hopefully we'll be able to find that live stream. I think we're live stream. We're talking about natural health, natural healing. We're talking about weight management. We're talking about muscular development and tone and definition and your best self. We're talking about personal empowerment. We're talking about self-healing, auto-healing. We're talking about living your best life experience. We're talking about coming into your very best life experience. We're talking about nutrition. We're talking about exercise. We're talking about mindset. Brother, please, if you have questions, I would love to field any questions today. I've got my feet on the ground. I'm in the light of the sun. I'm channeling my higher self, and I'm here to, support anything that you'd like to know.
Yeah, I'm not really prepared for today. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not really prepared for today. I should have a bit more.
Oh, you don't have to be prepared, brother. You don't have to be prepared. It's good for us to just connect anyways. We're just connecting.
Yeah, but the questions, not much.
Yeah, you don't have to have a question. You don't have to have a question. What have you been doing, brother? What have you been doing?
Yeah, I've been, it's going well. Like you said, I tried 5 days on fruit, or 4 days, and then in the weekends relax a bit more, and it's going well. Not every day is going well, but yeah, I'm starting to love myself a little bit more, and to how do I say it in English? Always love myself, whether I made a mistake or not. And yeah, it goes slowly, but it goes very well. I lost some weight already, and yeah, I'm very happy. And we just continue the way we are, how we do.
You like it? You like it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I like it
you
very
like to
much.
have you like to have a little bit of communication. It's helpful for you to have a little bit of communication, maybe every other week or once a month or something.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we can do that. I'm reading right now the books from Arad, of Arnold Arnott, and Professor Spira.
Yes, it's a very good book, brother. This book changed my life. It changed the way I thought. It changed the way that I thought about energy, because up until that point, I was with this, typical mainstream understanding of energy, that food is energy, that the macronutrients, the proteins, the fats, and the carbs are what sustain the human. But, when I read Arnold Arrett's book, I was redirected to the truth that we can go days, weeks, months without food. Arnold Arrett specifically went 49 days without food before he wrote that book. But, to go multiple days without food, but you couldn't go 4 minutes without breath, you'd be dead. So, from this, we can clearly see what is propelling the being. The being is propelled by air. The being is propelled by air. And however, the being has been addicted to food.
Mm-hmm.
And just like any other addict, if you just pull them off of the food, they're not going to be able to sustain that. So they have to kind of wean themselves out of that. And that would be something they'd have to choose to do. Like, you cannot force somebody to do that. Someone would want to have to do that, because if you try to do that in a world where everybody else is eating, well, you're going to look like a sore thumb in that world. I mean, this type of lifestyle is so alternative to the mainstream world that when you choose to step into your power and take complete control, autonomy of your health, that you will become ostracized by society, because you will become alternative to the society. You'll be against everything that's in your life. This is a trouble. So I mean, how far can one go with it? Like, they can heal themselves, but they have to endure a lot of separation from the rest of the world in order to do it. It's something like, if you were a young man, like, and again, I always talk about it from 2 points of view. Like, from the point of view of a young man, like, all the girls he's going to meet are going to be doing that. All of the friends he's going to be around are going to be doing that. So if I'm coming and I'm going over here and I'm saying, guys, we should be eating fruits, well, what are my friends going to say? They're not going to be eating fruits or inspired to eat fruits or understand that, unless they've done some research and digging deep of their own. Like, that takes some real digging to find that information. That's hidden.
Really deep.
That's hidden, suppressed information. That is not public knowledge.
No.
No.
And still you need to dig multiple times before you get into it. When you read it for like 5 times, it doesn't matter, because it's not coming into your mind. You just read it and you don't believe it. So
it can just be words, or it can be words that you're meditating upon these words. Like, this is like words that you're internalizing as your truth. Like, there's a difference between, reading some words, or like using the words like a mantra in your life. Like, this is how I'm living.
Exactly. Yes. But it goes better now. My friends do think I'm crazy already, so that's okay. And it goes better. The opinion of others, I don't care much about anymore, so that's a good thing. I'm realizing more that it's just about yourself. You have to choose for yourself at the end. And but yeah, sometimes it is still be hard, but I know I'm gonna be there. It's going to be easier and easier over time. So I think I'm at a good way, and I just want to clean out my body and take it slowly and never be hard on myself. But because I don't want to be hard on myself, sometimes I say in the morning, okay, today I'm gonna fast, and then in the afternoon I take a little bit to eat, because I don't want to be hard on myself. So yeah, I'm sometimes between. Sometimes I think I need to be a little bit harder, but yeah, I'm between it, searching and yeah.
This is like, you have on one side you have the devil, and on one side you have the angel, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have two voices inside of yourself. It's like, mom is here and dad is here. This is left and right brain. Like, we have to see that we are two. We are two, and that we go from one side to the other. So one time we are here, and the next time we are here. So this is how we go. So sometimes we are going to feel like, oh, I need to be harder on myself because I am in my feminine energy, or I am, and so then I feel, oh my gosh, I should be harder on myself because I am in my feminine energy. And then sometimes I'll be in my masculine energy, and I'll be like, oh, I need to be softer on myself. Right. So, I'll be too far on one side. I recognize I need to soften. And you go too far on the other side, you realize you need to kind of pull your discipline again a little bit. Yes. And this is how we go. And this is how the human goes. The human goes in like a habit. So like what you thought about yesterday and what you spoke about yesterday and the way you were doing it yesterday and the way you were feeling yesterday, then the next day it's going the other way, or 2-3 days it's going the other way. So we kind of wave back and forth. So to see that it's like a wave like this. And so, this is how I am. And this is kind of, I wave over here and I wave over here. And it's like understanding like that's just kind of my wave. And it's not bad. And sometimes I feel like I'm bad, and sometimes I feel like I'm good. So, but really I'm all good. But sometimes I feel like I'm bad, and sometimes, so, that's just like a feeling that I have. Like it feels like I'm bad, but really it's not bad. It's just like a feeling that I've associated with bad. So it's like I could be with this feeling and say, oh, I'm feeling bad. Or I could be with this feeling and be like, oh, so this is a different feeling. Why is it bad? What's bad about it? Why don't I like this feeling? What don't I understand over here? What haven't I learned yet here? What about this don't I like or understand or realize or see yet? What do I need to learn here in this part that I don't like? This is the part that has something to teach me.
Mental disorder, is that a masculine or a feminine thing?
What is?
Like a disorder, like eating disorder or other.
So this is it, a disorder, right?
Yeah.
And perfect example, like an eating disorder, like say like anorexia or something like this, where it's like I'm restricting myself of food to the point that I'm hurting myself. It's just some sort of a control game. I'm controlling myself. This is masculine power, controlling myself. Right? But see, when I lose control of myself, it's a disorder. When I'm drinking so much coffee every day, or I'm eating so much food every day, or I'm having so much sex every day, or this is like a loss of control. This is a disorder of the feminine. You see, I can have a disorder of the feminine, or I can have a disorder of the masculine. I can become out of order in every way. It's not one way or the other way.
All right. Yeah, because
and in one situation I may be masculine, in another situation I may be feminine. So with food I may be out of control feminine, and with relationship I may be out of control masculine. So things can be switched this way, and we have to balance all of the things. But it's not just like a straight answer, oh it's this, oh it's that. We have to come away from straight answer. It's not so simple like straight answer. As soon as you know the way to, understand the creative force, as soon as you think, oh, I got it, you lost it. As soon as you think you know what the creative force is up to and how it is all about, this is when you lose it. Because it's free. You can never know all of it. You can get into flow with it. You can come into harmony with it in the moment. But you can never know it. And as soon as you think, oh, it's just this, no, you lost it then. If you think you got the answer, then you lost it then. Does it make sense? I can get into a flow with its laws. I can be in harmony with the laws of the nature, but I cannot hold the nature. I cannot possess her. I can flow with her, and I know she's like a tide. She goes in and she comes out, and I have to like both. I have to like food and no food, because it's both. It's not one or the other. It's hot and cold. Makes it an experience. Life is not only hot or cold, it's both. The day is night and day, right? So it's both. It's not one or the other. We get stuck in right and wrong because we know this. It's rudimentary thought, right and wrong. It's how we learn as children. But really, to come past that, we have to let go of this rudimentary thought. It's a bigger thought.
And ideas,
bigger thinking.
Like if you have an idea in a masculine mind, it can, if it became or become a habit, then it's in the feminine or subconscious mind. If it's a habit,
right? It's been programmed into the subconscious, right? So you can hold an idea in the conscious mind in the masculine until it becomes programmed into the feminine subconscious. Then now what happens on automatic pilot? This is when you are feeling to do the things that you must do to be the person that you want to be. So your feelings and your self-disciplines are aligned.
But also bad habits, right? Bad habits as well, or
bad you can get into alignment with a bad habit. You can get addicted. You can fall in love with someone and fall in love with a habit, fall in love with the food, fall in love with the substance. Like, this substance makes me happy. And so I need this substance every day, or this food every day. So because I get my happiness from this substance or this food, so then I'm dependent on it.
I get it.
Right? So if this becomes the source of my happiness, I am lost my feminine balance. I've become compassionate and empathetic for this food or this substance. Like, this is what I've fallen in love with. Like, if you fall in love with the physical, you'll never find joy and fulfillment there. Like, you may get high for the moment, you may be okay, but you're going to wake up from that, and that shit is going to be inside of you. It's going to pile up. And over 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to feel the pain of that burning in your body. You're still going to have to pay for all of your escape when you sniff that shit up your nose. There's no getting away from it. Even if you escape and you come high and you're feeling all good, you're going to come low after. So, I mean, but at the same time, when we're young, we want to feel this high, and we want to know this sex, and we want to try this food, and we want to have this experience. And so we do this when we're young, and then we get attached to it, to the sex, to the girl, to the shopping, to the vacation, to the relationship, to the work, to the money, to the lifestyle that I get from the money, to the thoughts and the words, to the ideas, to the feelings, to this vibration that I'm living my life in this way. I get addicted to this story.
Is that because of a lack of self-love? All those addictions?
This is like a lack of boundary. This is a collapse of boundary. Like, we think, because we've been taught this, that when we fall in love with our partner, that, you know, like, everything is happily ever after because you fell in love with somebody. Well, everything doesn't come happily ever after because you fell in love with somebody, any more than it comes happily ever after you fell in love with cigarette or alcohol or booze. If that's what you fell in love with another person, well, then you're going to be in a trouble, just like your alcohol, cigarette, and booze. When that person runs away from you, Because if you taking your happiness from another person, it's not long before you're going to fall apart. You cannot find balance from taking happiness in another person or any more than a food or a drug. But it's taught in society that that is loving the person. That's how they're teaching us to be. To have a collapse in my love and myself and be all over the other person. Like this other person is my joy. Like the other person is something different than me. Like there's something else here other than the one thing that is only here. The other is just me. Looking back at me, it's my mirror. It's teaching me. It's showing me the same thing I'm putting out. It's showing me it back. Right? And then I'm blaming the other. And saying, oh, my problem with my life is the other. My wife is not doing this enough. She should do this more. She should eat this way. My children should eat like this, or my children should be like this. That will make me happy. That's not how I get happy. It shouldn't be, but we think this way, like the problem is the government. The problem is the people. The problem is my mother. The problem is my brother. It's my girlfriend. It's my friend. It's my job. It's my career. It's my situation. It's what's going on around me. The problem is around me. It's not within me. So we think, and so we're taught to look outside. You're missing something. You need more protein. You need more pills. You need more powder. You need more girls. You need more drugs. You need more money. You need more. You don't have enough. You're not good enough. Something is missing. Something isn't right. You don't have it yet. This is the world. This is how they sell you things.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, this is how the world pushes you off your seat. You know, they push you over, tip you over, and say you need something to be happy. You have to listen to the expert. Something is wrong with you. You're not right. This is how the world is. How it's like they push you over. They say you're not doing good. You could be doing better. You should be better. You want more? You know what you need? You need to buy this. You want a bigger arm. You need a nicer six-pack. You see, we hating on our part of ourselves. Don't worry about how it is. Just say, look, I'm just going for my best. Look, the body knows what's best. I don't have to make my arms bigger or make my legs smaller or make my thing better. Like I'm hating on that thing. Just love that thing. Like love it all. Like love that part too. Just how it is. Love it. Let it be the way it's supposed to be. Don't make it be like it's not good because the magazine said it's not good. The magazine said this one is the good one and that one is the bad one. And everyone is going to tell you, oh, that one is no good. You haven't got the good calves. You haven't got the good peak in your bicep. This is what they're going to tell you. You haven't got the right this. You haven't got the right that. Your this is wrong. Your that is wrong. You see this, brother? This is a torn pec. You see my chest here? You see how it's got a hole here? I tore this muscle off of my body. I was bench pressing 400 pounds.
Damn.
So I ruined myself because I was thinking like this. Like I had to go more and more and more until I tore this off of my body. And then I recognized I was wrong. It wasn't about being more. Not about more physically. It was really that I needed to stop trying to be more physically, externally, and started to build more internally. Like you can go so much more inside. If I grow inside, then watch my outside grows best. Grow more inside. Commit more inside. Commit more to the higher energy inside. Right? Just recommit. Just have a daily commitment to want to connect and touch that part of myself. I want to spend some time with the higher part of myself on a daily basis. Like that's a daily commitment. Every day, I spend some time with my greatest self. Just dedicate, even if it's just 10 minutes, where it's like you're tuning out the external.
Like meditation.
Just breathing, just conscious of what you're thinking about. Just take a moment to be conscious and be with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grow this. This is like a garden. Whatever you focus on grows. So if you focus on saying like, I really want to grow spiritually. I really want to grow emotionally. I really want to be more happy and healthy. So if I get up every day and I say I want to be more happy and healthy, I really want to grow spiritually, and I spend some time watering those flowers. It's like a little garden. You got to put water on it every day. You got to let the sun come on it every day. If you put it in and shut it in a closet, it's not going to grow up nice. But if every day you put it in the front, in the center, it's going to grow nice. If every day you bring it out.
So instead of I need this, or I'm not good enough, you use your masculine mind for I want to be.
So if I'm feeling this, I'm not good enough. Is this what you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not for me, but it is shifting, right? Like you still need your masculine mind to reach or to be successful.
Yes, it's always the reaching with the masculine mind. Yes, it's always reaching with the masculine mind to create the switch, right? But on the flip side of that, it is not bad to be in the feminine or the feeling or even in the lament or the sorrow or the negative energy. This has to be released as well too. So it's okay to spend some time with it and be in it. So this is like, sometimes you have a grief, something happens. Sometimes it's a big thing. Sometimes it's like you've lost a family member, someone passed away, someone died, or you've really lost your health, you got a cancer or something like this. Now you may be like, there's an emotional part. You're going to be in like a grieving. This is like, I'm feeling sorry for myself. Now, sometimes when you're in a grieving, you're in a trigger, like you're in a fear. You're in a shadow. Like the last 3 years, people have been in a trigger, in a fear. And if you say to them, hey, you know what? Maybe we've been triggered. Maybe you've been triggered. Maybe you're thinking something fearful. Right away, they defend. They defend their idea. This is how we get when we are triggered. When we're in the shadow, we get defensive.
Mm-hmm.
We're afraid. We're blocking. We're stopping. We stop. We freeze. This is what we do when we get afraid. This is what we do when we get in a grief, in a shadow, in a dark place. It's uncertain. It's dark. So it's cold. It's like, hold on a second. What's going on? Mm-hmm. This is how we get. And we come stuck in this in the masculine mind. This stuck in thinker, like what's going on? What's wrong? I'm looking for the problem. I'm troubleshooting. I get into this troubleshooting mode. So, this is sometimes necessary too. Like I tell you, my mother died when I was 18, 19, just before my 19th. And this put me into a very dark place. My father made me move out. I was on my own. But I tell you, this dark place led me, and it took me into steroids and building my body to be bigger, because I thought I would make me feel safe, and I would, if I was big, and everything would be good, because I'm would be somehow supported by this mass around me. I would be more loved. I had lost love, so I would be more loved if I was bigger and more appealing to the others. So I was looking for my love in this physical space. So this mistake of thought led me down a negative path. Like I got into steroids and sexual and just addiction to food, overeating, like a food problem addiction, a training problem. I had lots of injuries in my physical body, attachments. I couldn't sleep, digestive problems, pain in my body. So it led me into all of that. And, so you say, oh, it was bad. But listen, if I didn't go into all of that, I wouldn't have come out of all of that. So just like you need the light, you need the dark too. It's like, you want to try, I'm trying to avoid the dark in my life. Yeah, I know. Everyone wants the answer. Like how to avoid the dark. You can't avoid the dark. It's like how you miss the night. You can't miss the night. How are you going to miss the spring? You cannot miss the spring. It comes before the summer every year. It's just the way. So it's like what you can do is you can come to accept that is how it is it's two. You can come to accept that is how it is. And so then if you can find some peace and yeah, I'm going to feel like shit again. Yeah, I am. And I'm going to get out of it. Yeah, I'll step in some shit and I'm going to get out of it. And I'm going to learn from it. And I'm going to grow from it. And as long as I'm always falling forward, I never fail. Fail only happens when I say, oh my God, I'm a fail. This is stuck in the shadow. You may be in grieving for a time. You may be grieving. Oh, I had this big loss. I lost my parent. I lost my child. I lost my job. I lost my health. Oh my gosh, everything is so bad. You're in a trouble. Now you're going to stay in this trouble long as you're saying, oh, I got this whole thing. It's all so bad. It all happened to me so bad. And then sometime, maybe 3 months, maybe 3 years, maybe 30 years. It took me 30 years to understand this about my mother. That maybe even I have to go through that bad thing before I'm going to come to the place that I'm finally starting to step into my masculine again and say, enough with this shit story that I've been saying now. Yeah, that happened to me. Rah, rah, rah. That happened to me. Yeah, that happened to me. But what am I going to do about it? I'm going to still put my pants on tomorrow morning. I'm going to get up, put my pants on again and go for it again. Go for what? My best? Again, go for best. Get up, put your pants on, go for best. I don't feel so good today. Okay, go for best with what you got today. If every day I meet it with my best, then I must win. I only win. I cannot lose if every day I go for my best and I learn from whatever came. As long as I always try my best, and as long as I always evaluate, is it good? Was it good? Should it have been better? A little reflection time. And then again, another plan. Okay, I'm going again best, but a little bit better. A little bit different because I learned something from yesterday. So I should be a little bit better with it today. If every day I'm getting a little bit better, then I'm going to be best in a short while. If I stack nothing but every day I'm making myself better, if every day I'm sure I am making myself better, then I cannot lose. I will win eventually, right? In time, I will win. I don't have to worry about the time. I just have to commit. I will sort it out. I will get it. I don't have it yet, but I will get it. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to get it. I'm not stopping. That's a decision. That's a masculine mind decision. So you can rest in some peace in that. Like, I am going to fix whatever it is. I am going to get better. I am going to win. I am going to get healthy. I am going to get wealthy. I am going to find the way. I am. It's masculine. Yeah.
And if you say this a lot for many years, it can be a feminine thing.
It can become a feeling. If you turn it from a word into a feeling in the imagination. Now, this is the feminine part, is to sit with, I am gonna do it. And how would that feel if you were to actually do it? Well, that's imagination. That's feminine. So it's, I am gonna be healthy. And then it's like imagining, I am gonna be healthy. How does that feel?
So let's say
I am imagining health growing up inside of me while I am breathing in. I am rising in health. While I am breathing out, my health is moving through my body out into my life. This is a creative vision. This is an image or imagination, an idea in my mind's eye. Something in my reality. I believe every breath I take, I am growing in strength. I believe with every inhale and exhale, I am becoming better. I am learning. I am growing. I'm becoming more. These are my words. My words create my feelings. These are the words I use every day. My words create my feelings. If I say these words every day, so I create a feeling from these words. So all of a sudden, my life is coming this way energetically every day. I'm pulling my life this way. So spend some time every week in the masculine. Spend some time allow feminine. Spend some time working on the masculine. Spend some time allow feminine. You have to have both. You're going to need both anyways. The first half of life is the masculine. The second half of life is the feminine. So come the middle of the ages, you're going to see the second half of the life is the same as the first, except you thinking a little different. The second half of life, not different than first. Life is constant, steadfast, and unchanging. The life never changes. Only the mind changes. Only the perception changes. The second half of life is another perception than the first half of life. Now you're worrying about death. When you're first half of life, you're not worrying about death. You're thinking, I have so much life ahead. It's excited, the first half of life. The second half of life, it turns. It will turn. It will be something you didn't know. It happens to everyone. It's going to come in everyone. I cannot see how to avoid, seeing that little flip. It's a little flip and a feeling of like, oh yeah, so now I'm thinking about things differently now. It has to happen. And it's not bad. It's not good or bad. It's like, that's a part of my life. And then this a part of my life. That's the front half of my life. That's the back half of it. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing to avoid. There's nothing to be afraid of. Yet we told all these things to be afraid. All these things to be afraid. Always things to worry. stopping the worry, having an authentic conversation, having some deep breaths, an authentic conversation balances. You add the movement, which I know you are already consistent. You add the food, and this is it. You're disciplined there. You already have everything right, brother. It's just to really kind of have maybe you benefit from having a little bit of accountability dialogue like this sometimes, because you don't have maybe young people that are around you that are talking like this. So
Yes.
if you are already ready for these kind of discussion, you're not going to get that discussion with your friends, and maybe sometimes you want to have that kind of discussion in your life. It's kind of discussion with father, but maybe with father it cannot happen so well. I cannot speak with my father.
Me neither. Yeah, I have a different Google account now with YouTube, etc., under a different name for my privacy. But I was planning on also create just a normal account with my name, so I can interact more with your YouTube account, react more in the Telegram, so a little bit more chats, you know. So I was planning on that. I think that's better, so I can talk about it with
Yeah, I
some
would love it if
people.
you would get involved in my private group. You know, if you would get involved in my private group, or you know, that way that there was some way that there was some that there was like a constant like a weekly accountability. So you had to put something in there on a weekly basis, or you had to upload something every week. You had to upload some content. You got to put a video. You got to put a post.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
think.
there's some sort of accountability, because that pushes us forward. You know, like but it has to be something that we choose in our own divine masculine for ourselves. Like, yeah, I do want to grow in this way, so I want to honor this, so I'm just brainstorming, throwing some ideas, so you take whatever you like, but that is a part of growing. Like, part of growing is like saying I want to grow, and then like taking an action step in that direction, something, you know, whatever
Yeah.
it makes you feel comfortable, brother.
Yeah, I will see. That's okay. So,
So good transmission, feet on the ground, you know, in the light. We had a good chat. I have to go to my next one, but I'm glad we got a chance to chat.
yeah, me too. Very thankful. I have one more question. What is
Awesome.
I don't know how I can say it. That mucoid plaque in your gut. How that's just you don't have to do extraordinary things to clean that, right? Just fasting and
This
foods.
is what's going to take it out. Yes,
Okay.
fasting and raw foods is going to empty this waste out of the body. There's a physical waste in the body, there is an emotional waste in the body, and there is a mental waste in the body. And we have no awareness of this yet, until we're gonna go into deeping to the like the fasting, to see the body eject this stuff.
All right.
And when this stuff comes out, then you're gonna believe in it. When you see it come out and you go, oh my God, that was inside of me. And you feel what happened because it came out. And you hear inside of your head the change in your mind and energy and feeling that you have since that's left your body, or you felt that leave your body, or you felt that was in your neck and then it's not in your neck anymore and it's in the toilet now.
So with fasting, I know now you can solve like eating disorders with it because you recognize the moments that you want to eat. But can you also solve other mental problems with it?
All,
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
everything.
All right. Okay.
Everything can be healed this way.
All right.
Everything in life can be fixed this way. So this is a thing too. Like, when you start talking about things like that, that is extremely confusing to the human mind.
Yeah.
The human mind thinks it needs all different things to solve different things. And the answer is none of that. that all things can be fixed inside of yourself.
Just by no eating food, but fasting can also be like don't use your laptop or your phone, or but just don't eat food, that's enough. Or
yes, it has to be temperament of all aspects of life. Okay. And that doesn't mean it needs to be perfect, because it's not even about perfection. It's just recognizing like that sometimes even imperfection is okay, that sometimes you're eating too much for a short while. It's the weekend and it's okay. And then you're eating too little for a while and it's okay. And then sometimes I have my phone and sometimes no, I'm not having my phone. And sometimes I'm in a good relationship with my child, and then sometimes I'm having a little struggle with my child here. And this is okay too. Like there has to be an okay in all things. Mm-hmm. This is when you're reaching a peace, right? But this is not gonna come, and it's gonna take some life living to pull it all together like that.
All right. Yes.
It takes some time to put it all together, but as long as you're starting with this sort of right mindset, as long as you have the foundation, it's like you're trying to lift weights, you're building on a foundation. As long as you have the right foundation, you know you're going to win. Mm-hmm. The muscle is going to grow. Don't worry. Right? It's the same thing. These muscles are going to grow this way.
All right.
They already are growing, because we're talking about different things than we were talking about first day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Because the first day you said, is it better to exercise and talk like that at the same time? And I said, yeah, brother, it's better. Right. So we're talking about different things, and it's not right or wrong. Mm-hmm. It's just a different way.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you, brother. We'll talk again soon, brother.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. Thanks. Have a nice day.
You too, pal.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Skip.